This music is very ominous. Very ominous. Hi, welcome. Welcome to another Animating Innit. I don't know if I'll keep using that name or if I'll change it later, but it works for now. And I'll probably change the thumbnail based on whatever the animation is. Happy cat. Right.
Node
so
activated. Node activated.
I've got some more Amiga music on. It works. I started uploading these streams to YouTube, and one of them actually got content ID'd because it thought one of the covers of a Cracktro song. It thought it was the original song. I think it was James Bond or something, or Star Wars or something like that. But either way, yeah, I shall hang around until people show up. But yeah. Yeah, so that animation that I've been working on this week, the Gagakun doing a little monkey thing, whatever it is he's doing. I am live, right? Check. I think I'm live. It's not saying I'm live on Stream Manager, but yeah, I am live. Okay, cool. And, yeah, I can show you where I am with it now because it is pretty much done. So there isn't really much to do now. So I have actually prepared another quick animation that I might just try and do today, just for fun, just to see how it goes. And we'll go from there, yeah. Live, excellent, sweet, cool. Playing some, I recognise this song. Oh, it's Chaos Engine, yeah. Yep, we also, Cherry Terrier TV will be doing some Pokemon Sword and Shield, or it'll be Sword, won't it?
Sword, yeah.
And she'll be playing the new DLC that's coming out today.
Yeah, I think that's
The Tundra.
Crown Tundra.
Crown Tundra, that's the one. Yeah. So, right, I'll show you where I am with this thing. Oh, actually, this is potion. Okay. Right. Well, yeah. I will show you guys where this is, and I'll show you what I'm considering tweaking, because I have been tweaking this all of last night as well while I was watching Murray Curry play some Sprunky 2. I was having a tweak with this. Hey, there we go. I've been raided! Oh my! Hey there! Hey there, Murray Curry! That's cool. I has been the raided. So, yeah, now that you guys are here, hey there, donuts. Hey there, you have no diggity. I like that little emoji. Yeah. Right. So, I'll show you where I am with this because I think it is like 99% done or 90-something% done. It is basically there. Hi there, Craig J. Thanks for joining. Thanks for clicking that watch button, I suppose. So yeah, this is where I am at. It's pretty much there. So what I've done since the last stream is I thought I needed to draw an extra mouth or like an extra face for transitioning between this angry section and this happy bit. But I found I could pretty much just reuse this one over here and just position it slightly differently and it still works. Like it coming up just like that. I think that's fine. When you see it in full speed, I also did some stuff with the timing of the Pac-Man characters, and I actually increased the size of them as well because I thought that ghost was a little bit too small. It kind of looks like when he's there, but the ghost is censoring him in some way. I don't know, but yeah, it's going good. Thanks. Be right back. I need tea. You can have my one if you want. It's right here. No, you can't have my one. It might be cold by the time it gets to you. Yeah, I'll play it back and I'll play it propers. We'll see. It's supposed to loop it, but Flash has a habit of not looping. It's like, nah, I don't know how. Yeah, it really doesn't like to actually do its job. Did I go in? Is it control? I think it is. Yeah, loop playback. You tell it to loop playback and it's just like, oh, I might do it. I might. Like this time I'm going to do it. I'll do it this time. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I've been tweaking this thing, just trying to find little things I could improve. I think it's close to done. The only thing I'm not really happy with is this face, because I don't think it's a very good transition. I like the mouth. I think the mouth works, because it's kind of like coming from that one and it comes down to there. But I don't really like the eyes. So I think that is pretty much the only thing I need to do here. Oh wow, some of these songs played on one of the other playlists I did. But yeah, I've found another Amiga playlist. Oh, this is Is this Blood Money? Yeah. Another Subgnosis game, however it's pronounced. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna just tweak this face a little bit. I've also been repositioning some of the arms, and I made it so they sort of move up a little bit as they come down. What I could do actually is I could just render it off so you can see it. To be honest, I could probably get away with just finishing this animation now. It is pretty much done, but there's just a couple little things I want to tweak first. I can just pop this up on the screen. There we go. So you can see it in all its handsome glory, I guess. That's how it's going. Wow, 10 viewers, I should probably get on with something, because, yeah, that's where it's at. So this is basically, what was this, 4 days work? I've been working on it since Monday, and each stream was around 3 to 4 hours. And it's a 2-second loop. 4 days, that many hours to do a 2-second loop. Well, I suppose technically it is 3 characters. 2 of them are an even shorter loop. But yeah. So what I'll do, I'll pop into the drawing program. Oh yay! Yeah, I'll pop into, if I can get OBS to actually find the program, that would be nice. I have to keep switching between programs, and sometimes OBS just refuses to find one of them. It's like, oh, it doesn't exist. It's like, it does. Right there. There we go. Right, cool. Let's get on. It's back. Cup of tea. Oh, I can literally do that emoji. Slurp. Right, so I'm going to improve this face, and then I think I'll be pretty much content with this thing, if I'm honest. There isn't that much that needs doing. But I have prepared an idea for another much less ambitious animation that I might just throw together for fun. So let me have a think how I want to go about this. So really, I think the main thing that doesn't work is the shape of the eyes. This eye needs to be bigger, I'm gonna say. Found lemons. There is some lemons coming up on this playlist, I think, so we'll be hearing that. Put that on. This shape is just so I can see beyond the transparency. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm going to change, this eyebrow's fine, but I think this one is on the chopping block, and I think that eye is as well in general. Like, I just don't think it transitions quite well enough, and I'm going to, I'll keep that one for now, but I think it's the shape of the eye that is the real issue, because it's not quite blending from one to the other, is it? It's thinner than both, so really it needs to be bigger, like out this way somewhere, sort of there. You can sort of see the eye of the previous one is further out, so let's figure this out. In fact, I might put these white parts on a separate layer because they're kind of with the line art, which I didn't actually mean to do. So I'll fix that as well, just for my own well-being, I suppose. I'll put that on a separate layer so I can rub out and stuff where I need to. So yeah, this eye I am going to get rid of. Not quite what I wanted. I can see what I was going for. The thing with these in-betweens is I did pretty much just throw them together and hope they work. This one mostly works. It is almost there. Just going to figure it out. I think so. Yep. Just put some layers on top. There we go. Put that. Yeah, that works. Okay, so let's figure out this eye shape. As I say, we're not going to be working on this animation for long at all. Most of this stream, you know what, I'm just going to redo this eye completely because it saves me messing about it. So it went from there and then it needs to come down to here, or rather that one. So I think, I do like the tongue still, I think the tongue's fine. Might even have to change the mouth a little bit, so let's put both of these folders here. I can sort of see it gets a little bit claustrophobic here, but yeah, let's go with that and then we'll see what we can do. Something like this, that's somewhere in between the two. Yeah, something like that. I think maybe a little bit thicker. Put that on the layer. Oh, there we go. I mean, like, I would like to get to a point where I am literally just animating random things. This animation does have a purpose. It's for a reanimated project. But I would like to get to the point where I'm literally just animating things for the fun of animating things. Like I had done when I used to do live streams like this, like 8 years ago. I want to get back to that kind of, get it somewhere in between. See if it works. I'm probably going to redo that pupil now. Or just rotate it, that could work too. Let me know if the sound levels are good. I could always bring it down a wee bit, just in case it's a bit overpowering. Yeah, let's just rotate this eye. This might even look worse, so I might just save this file as an alternate file just in case it doesn't work. Just in case it's somehow worse than what I had. So that line there is probably going to be behind. Ooh, okay, I need to think. Make this work. Currently, have a look at the animation again. I do like the mouth. I think the mouth is fine. It's literally the eyes. It is pretty much just the eyes. Let's see. Let's bring that eye up a bit. Right here. Or here. Okay, well, obviously I'll get rid of that. I'll just speak. This is kind of an issue I have where I get a bit too perfectionist for this stuff, and it's like I could just leave it as is, because as I say, I was doing when I did the actual scene for Frontier Psychiatrist, I spent so much time on that, and it is literally not much longer than this animation is. It's just over 2 seconds. It's like 2.5 seconds, but I was just I had the opposite problem. I mean, I'm not always like that. I do have days where I'm like, oh, that'll do. And I just move on. But, yeah, when it came to that frame-by-frame Frontier Psychiatrist thing, I did show that off yesterday, but I might show it off again just because we've got more viewers, just so people can see how much work went into that. It was literally lots of bitmaps. Okay, well, we'll try this. This eye down here. We'll see how that looks. Yeah, as I say, I'll save this as an alternative PSD just in case it doesn't work, because there is... Oh, did I do this on the wrong layer again? Ah! on that layer, and on that layer, thank you. I don't know if anyone else who art programs here has that problem, but I'm sure they do, where they draw on the wrong layer and then they have to draw it again because it clashes with things. You don't want to accidentally rub out bits and bobs and whatnot. Alright, so get that here. Yeah, we can do need to come down quite a bit. Maybe something like that. A bit less. Oh, get on the wrong layer again. Yay! Do that. Maybe something like this. A bit less like that, and then I'll rub it out here. Yeah, ignore his weird cone head. Ah, yes, yeah. So, all the body elements, like his arms and his hands and his feet and all of that kind of stuff is in Illustrator. And then all the sort of line art, you know, like the eyes, the face, all that kind of stuff, I'm doing in this program called Fire Packer, which is just sort of my go-to. Yeah, the line art, yeah. Basically, it's much higher resolution than it possibly needs to be, but I always like to do things pretty high res just so I can downscale them and they still look nice and sharp. They almost look like vectors, that's how sharp they are, or high res they are, I guess. So I think some people, yes, I do not use the brush in Flash. It is pretty bad, especially in this dog old version I'm using. I don't know what it's like nowadays, but like in the newer versions. But as I say, I'm still using CS4 because reasons. Because I'm lazy, I can't be bothered to upgrade, and it's expensive to upgrade. So yeah. I'll redo this eyebrow bit as well, actually. Hey, I know what that is. That's IK+. That's International Karate. I've got that on the PlayStation. For some reason, there's a PlayStation, like a PAL only PlayStation port of this game, and it is basically just an Amiga ROM and an emulator on a disc. But I'm fine with it because it was a budget release. I think it retailed for like £20. I think I picked it up for like a £5 sometime in the mid 2000s. I think it came out in like 2002 or something like that. It was ridiculous. It's just like, oh, here, have IK Plus on the PlayStation. Why not? Might as well. Nothing else, just that one game. Very strange. I really like the pastel look your art has. Oh, cheers. What is that? Pastel art. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. I have followed. I'll have to. I think I've followed. If I haven't, I will. But yeah, I did notice the pastel, the nice pastel colours. I've always had like. I feel like I'm getting better nowadays, but I used to always be not brilliant at colour theory, I guess is the word. Like knowing what colours to use. And I know some people are absolutely amazing at that, like they just know what colours to use. That makes sense. I think the thing that usually helps is if you just take them into Photoshop and just like add more red sometimes or add more blue, whatever the scene is, and that usually helps. I mean, I'm going to do some art streams soon as well, as in just illustrating. We'll see how that goes. Oh, I just saved the file. Let's save as 04B, just in case it's not as good, just in case it's somehow worse, but I wouldn't bet on it. And then can we revert this? I don't know if there's a revert option program. Unless I just undo the whole thing, but I don't know if it'll let me undo all the way. Let's see. I'm just going to undo all the way. Let's see how many undos this thing can do, I guess. I think I set it to quite high. See what I can get away with. It looks like it's got... Ah, it didn't go all the way, did it? Oh, alright, well, never mind. If I didn't do it right, then fine. I guess I could open that and find out where I saved. Oh, well, alright, never mind. It's fine. Oh yeah, also, while I'm going into Photoshop and messing around, I'll just show you I'll just put like a little loading screen of the Pac-Man guys. There you go. I'm still quite happy with this Pac-Man's frolicking. I think it's quite cute. Yeah, exactly. That's how I approach almost everything I do. I just kind of guess it. It's just guesswork half the time. I guess there is a bit of like experience in there that helps. Right, let's go into Photoshop. I'm just going to go into Photoshop where you can stare at the Pac-Man guys while I save a file into a thing. If it comes to it. Alright, oh blimey, this again. Playing some of the same songs that I played in a previous thing, but it's fine. I'm gonna have to find some more playlists that I can use that are appropriate. Right, right. 4. Yeah, it's playing some of the same music because it's another like best of Amiga compilation. Right, so I'm just gonna rename some files and do what I need to do with this picture before I chuck it into Flash. Oh, I already opened it, silly Billy. 12, right. Save that. Yeah, hope will be. Ooh, this one's loud. Apologies if some of these songs are louder than others. I haven't actually vetted this playlist, I just put it on. So we'll see. But yeah, let's go back into the Flash Man. It will show up on my list. I could just set this so it captures my whole desktop, but I like to be tidy. I like to try and be tidy. There we go, there's Flash. Right. So, as I say, this is pretty close to done now anyway, so I don't really intend to be doing this for much longer. But, as I say, I've got a little backup idea for an animation, whether it will work or not. But I'll just try and do it for fun, basically. It's just really for fun. So, all we need to do is update the PNG. This is why I like doing bitmaps in Flash, because you can literally just update them and it will swap them out for the new one. Hopefully it works. Is that the new one? Yeah, it is. Yeah. There's not much in it, but I think it may have just helped. Let's see how it plays. Just notice his eyebrows are thicker on the his eyebrows are thicker on that first drawing, but what are you going to do? You get thinner as they go along. Yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Might even go in and just like in the tunes. Ooh. Yeah, got some good old Amiga stuff going on. I am considering going in and just like fixing up some of these drawings a little bit. I also feel like this face is too big. That makes sense. I think this face is a bit too big. I know, I guess it could make sense because it's like he's hunching over and his face gets bigger. Yeah, look how much bigger his face gets there. is pretty big. What happens if I shrink it? If it looks any better. The keyboard rather than the mouse rather than there. See this now, he's cropping up there. I have to do some tweaking of his drawings. Yeah, it's definitely smaller, which helps. Put it down here. That here, maybe? Yeah, like that. I'm literally just like messing at the moment. Yes, that looks the context of things. Yeah, notice there's a little bit of a glitch with the yellow there now. Yeah, see there's a little bit of yellow coming in there on that frame. Not much, but it's something. Just there. Looks like you need to over 2 frames. Yeah. The reason that keeps coming up like that is because it's a bit. Maybe this needs to be lower. Bit of an awkward position, but yeah, I think that's not too bad. Oh. How you guys? How you guys all doing? How you doing? Got my chat because obviously I don't need full concentration on this at the moment. I'm pretty much just wrapping this thing up, more or less. Kind of wonder if the shape of the face works there. All right. Have a look at that head shape. Starts there and then it goes there. Maybe it's. I might make the ease on this one a little bit less. 60. Then it might look a bit like his side cheek is like going like growing out. Yes. Had a productive stream, so good day. Yeah, you certainly did. The amount of viewers you had at one point, you had I think you had about 17 viewers or something like that. That's really good. I think I should try this opposite way. Probably wouldn't work. Maybe. Maybe doing that one the opposite is. That. Yeah, actually, doing that easy in the opposite way round actually looks a bit more natural with the shape of his face there. Sort of like, yeah, that looks a lot better actually. Quite happy with that. Ah, the only thing is it's kind of breaking the hair here. I'm gonna have to mess with that a little bit. Yeah. Timing of them's a bit off, isn't it? It's mainly just one of the hairs. I think it's this one. Oh, okay, that's not a problem. That one isn't actually frame by frame, so that's good. All I have to do is make the easing on that one same as the face, and then hopefully it might work. Yeah, there we go. And then I think I'll probably change the ease in on some of the other ones, but we'll see how that looks. I'm pretty much just splitting my hairs with this thing now. Yeah, obviously it's early days for me. I know you had a bit of a head start. You have no diggity because you were streaming quite a few months ago, I guess, like on and off on your Twitch. I've been streaming a lot this week. I don't think I'll be streaming quite as much next week, mainly because the main reason I've been streaming so much is because I've been focusing on this. As long as I've got a project to work on, I feel like that's a good... I don't know what it is about this one, but it still doesn't feel good to me. I don't know what it is. Something about this one... All the other transitions look pretty much flawless, pretty much exactly what I wanted. Then you get to ones like, then you get to this one and it's just a bit ropey. It's just a wee bit ropey. I'm not actually sure what the issue is, but there's something. Oh yeah, we're definitely all going to get there. I think that's pretty much guaranteed. I pretty much started from scratch, so I literally had 2 followers, I think, when I... because basically I've had this account for about 11 years. It was under a different name, it was under Gagaman. And I just renamed it. A little bit better. What's annoying now is I feel like this eye is too high up. Maybe I'll just go into Fire Unpack and shorten that a little bit. Up to 17 now, yeah. Yeah, not bad for 1 week's work, basically. Not complaining by any means. It's been really good. And I do intend to do more game streams as well. Because I've got a few things to work on. I've got a couple commissions to do. Funnily enough, one of them is someone, at the very least I know, one of them at the very least I know is someone Murray Curry knows. Ed Pond. Yeah. Doing a little commission for Ed Pond. He's doing, I think it's like a music video or some kind of like thing involving a song, and I'm just doing like a little illustration for it. I asked him about streaming it as well, and he said, yeah, he said that's fine with him because if it helps promote what I'm doing, then my business, as he put it. So yeah, yeah. So once I've got it to the point where he has approved all the sketch elements of it, then I'll probably start streaming it then, because I don't want to like be in the middle of a stream and then like be emailing him going, is this what you wanted, and then waiting. So you know, I'd rather get to the point where I'm basically putting the final lines down before I start streaming that commission. He asked for this commission quite a while ago, but I've actually been quite busy. So I've only just recently got around to the sketch phase of it, so yeah, so I need to hurry up with that really. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. When I was doing the when I was doing those old streams back on livestream.com, did I shave this down enough? Down a bit. Maybe not as much as I have done. Cut quite a lot off, didn't I? Here's what I actually did. Yeah, then. Maybe not that much. Mainly the top part, that was... Yeah, okay. It's only a tiny edit, but that helps a little bit. Let me just check his pupils as well. Oh, I didn't actually switch over. You've just been staring at Flash the whole time, haven't you? Yeah, I think it's mainly... Yeah, I don't know, there's still elements of this that I'm like, I don't really believe I'm quite fully there. This is literally the only face in this that's kind of giving me a bit of a, like it's not perfect. Hey, your condenser Hyrule showed up. Oh, that'd be good. You could do some GarageBand. You could do some. Hey, I know what that is. That's some Rainbow Islands. I think that was actually where I first played that game. I think a lot of those like Taito platformers I played on the Amiga first hands because they were really good ports, and that's what I had. So yeah. Yeah, I might redo those pupils as well again. Somewhere over the rainbow. That's how it goes. Hopefully how it goes. We'll go just a little bit less. That's another game actually that I would like to stream and try and get better at is Rainbow Islands. Maybe not so much Bubble Bobble. Bubble Bobble is harsh as hell, but Rainbow Islands I think I could do okay on. Not so many gods again. Yeah, this one's pretty similar to another playlist I played before, but it's fine. You should hear the Mega Drive version of this. I actually kind of really like that one. It's really basic. It hasn't got all the samples. It's just like, yeah, more Mega Drive-y. But I kind of like that rendition. I used to have gods on the Mega Drive, but there's a lot of Amiga games that a lot of Mega Drive games that I've owned and then not owned because, you know, there used to be a space of time where you could go to a boot sale, pick up a bunch of random Mega Drive games for a couple quids, you'd play them and go, I don't really love this, I don't want to keep it in my collection, and then you'd sell it off for like a $5 the next, like the next week. And I didn't hoard games basically. I kind of wish I did now, but I kind of wish I just hoarded every Mega Drive game I've bought. Like, there's definitely a couple that I wish I held on to, but at the same time, there'd be far too many games. If I kept every game that I bought back in the day, if I kept every game that I bought back in the day, I would have a lot of Mega Drive games. I'd probably have about, well, I have like 120, I think, but I think I would probably have closer to 300 if I kept every game that I ever bought. I'm considering redrawing this line. This white, oh, not that one. This one. See how it's a little bit too it sticks out a lot, doesn't it? It is literally one line that I want to fix here. Literally one line. I feel like this sticks out a bit too much. A bit here, maybe bring it in a bit like that. Yeah. Oh, also I needed to fix the yellow, didn't I? On some of this. Yeah, I think somewhere like there. I'm getting really picky with this thing now because I'm on the last phase of it now. What's the part? Oh, there's the yellow. There we go. Yeah, didn't I need to? I think there was something I needed to do involving the yellow. I'll have a look in Flash in a sec. Needed to make sure. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have been able to hold on to all that stuff by no means. Yeah, that was back in the days when you could pick up games for cheap enough, so it didn't really matter if you didn't like them. And I was just like, well, I'll just try this, and then I'll come back to And there's a couple of games that I bought multiple times as well, so there's that. I'll redo this eyebrow. I'm gonna have a look in Flash, and I'm just gonna check what things fixing. Oh, that's definitely one of them. Which frame is that? That is fix some things. I think I just did, but let's just double check. Yeah, I did actually just fix that. That's fine. Okay, so have a look at the. What can I do to make this look less rubbish? Maybe what I need to do. I think what I've done wrong with this one compared to the others is it's not similar enough to the frame that it's starting from, as in the silly frame, that one. So maybe it should be more like that one. That would probably make more sense actually. So that's probably what it is, because I know with the other ones I did a frame that's similar to the frame it's starting from, and then one that's similar to the frame that it's ending on. Maybe that's what I need to do. Make it more like that frame there. Right?
Yeah, this is what I meant by the Pokemon candy.
Oh yeah! You alright if I show that?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if it will show on the stream, but yeah, you're right. His belly does look like that Pokemon candy.
I had to find out what that one it was. Apparently it's Staryu, that colour set.
It really does. It's brown and it's a similar kind of yellow as well.
Yeah, well, if it was like an extra stripe, then yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Staryu.
So he's got a Pokemon candy for a stomach. Yeah, you know, I'm going to redo his eyes again. I know, this is me being very picky, but I can afford to be picky. There's no time, there's no like, well, there was a time frame for this. Basically, I needed to get this done by the end of the month, so I've more than done that. Well, just about done that. Yeah, let's try and make it a bit more like that frame. More like that. Yeah. Yeah, fill them in if you want. If you want, you're allowed. About these weird scraggly lines here because I'm over them anyway. Let's see. Yeah, so if I make this frame a bit more less angry, make this one less angry, make it more like that silly frame. I think that might make more sense. Okay. Make it a bit more. What's for that? At this rate, this stream might actually end up just being this animation. We'll have to see. It depends how it goes.
You will never defeat my army.
Uncle. Yeah, so I'm going to be like redoing this again because I'm just not happy with that specific part of it at the moment. So, oh god, did I just fill them in the wrong layer? Yes, I did. Of course I did. Should try and remind myself to just lock layers when I'm done with them so I don't accidentally draw on them, but that takes extra clicks. That takes effort. His eyebrows. And down. Works. Something like that. Oh, this is Toki. The Amiga had a really good port of Toki. Like, probably the best port of the era. Like, it's a lot better than the Mega Drive one. Really colourful and nicely done. Never played it as a kid on anything really. I only played the Mega Drive version. Funnily enough, because I picked up a Japanese copy from a boot sale for like a £5 or less, and a lot of money. I don't have that anymore because that version of Toki is not brilliant. For some reason, they remixed the levels and the game's just a lot duller looking. I don't know why the Mega Drive version is so dull. Like the colours are really dull. But that moved on quickly. Yeah, it's more Toki music though. But yeah, the Amiga version, from what I remember, was actually pretty damn good. From what I played. So yeah, let's see how that looks. Kind of like that probably makes more sense. Whatever these are, suggestion of a nose or like bits of eye, like the bottom of his eyes or something. I don't know. Let's go with that. This is fun. Okay, and then a quick bash. I might stream it, but I don't know if a rhythm game is the best idea. Yeah, trying to talk and play a rhythm-based Zelda game. that might be tricky. I was considering Taiko no Tatsujin streams, but one, I play that game with touch controls. So I would have to basically film the Switch screen. Unless, of course, I'll get the drum kit. If I get the drum kit, then I'll definitely consider it. But two, they're apparently picking on copyrighted music a bit now, and Namco have always been a little bit picky when it comes to music. That's a good idea. Yeah, give it a try. See what works. Right, so I need to fix 2 of these, don't I? Yeah. What I'll do... Again, I'll just put something on the screen so you're not... Don't really need to keep switching over to Photoshop, because all I'm literally doing in Photoshop is... All I'm doing in Photoshop is, I'm trying to say, moving some files about, making the PNGs of these faces, basically. I'll read that now. I'm just like resizing and then saving as a transparent PNG. That's all I'm doing. It's not too exciting. Let's see if this face makes more sense. I think it will, but if it doesn't, then I've still got the original one in an alternate file, so there's that. Also, I want to do one of the other, update one of the other places. I think it is one. Yes. I have to keep clicking on the chat thing because it doesn't update unless I click on it. That's just bugging me. What am I doing? This one. Right, so back to Flash. What does that mean? So again, I'm just going to be swapping faces out, just updating faces. Update that one, and update. Yeah, okay, let's see how that looks. Oh, I'm going to have to reposition it, but I think that might work. I'm gonna have to redo the how this looks. It's not bad. I think that's an improvement. Possibly. I'll make these so they're just like the swap. Whoa, all the way down there for some reason. It's way too big. Good. Basically, I've got the chat on my phone, and then if I see it updates, I'll just things are actually updates on the stream. Can do, really. Really bring it too far down because that chin part's a bit too. It's protruding too much. Yeah. Far too much. That's good. What kind of art is the commission you're doing? Oh, what, the one for thingy. Right?
Isn't it?
Ah, cool. Yeah, it's basically just like an image for like a song he's wrote. It's not too. It's kind of out of my comfort zone a little bit because it's like a bit more of a comic book illustration style. But I think it might be alright. It's a bit less cartoony than what I usually do. It's a bit more graphic novel-y looking. When he sent me references of the kind of look he was looking for, he actually sent me artwork from the Offspring Americana album, like the artwork from the back of that, like for each song. And I was like, oh yeah, I know that album because I have it on vinyl because my parents bought it for me back when I was really into the Offspring. I still like them, but I mean, like at one point I was really into them. You can imagine when Crazy Taxi came out. that was the thing that did it. But yeah, it's that kind of like, you know, thick black line artwork. It's like semi-realistic looking characters. And it's time to make some crazy money. Yeah, that'll be it. See how that moves. See how it moves. Yeah, you know what? I think that may have actually helped. Possibly. It's just such an extreme change of poses compared to the others because the eyes literally change position. Like these ones, the eyes are still in the same position. Right, and these ones are still in the same position, but then these eyes go to the side and it becomes like a completely different angle. It's a bit weird, to be honest. I'm also considering like the silhouette is getting a bit broken. I'm also considering being really picky now. We might not even get to that other idea for an animation yet. Yeah, I think what I might do is this. I might just bring this hair up. Yeah. Out. There we go. Hopefully this won't break the... That doesn't break the shape between... Oh, it didn't. Sweet. Yeah. Do that. So his silhouette's a bit better. Yeah, so it's... Oh no, it broke. How dare you? Said Flash. It was like, how dare you move that ever so slightly? I'm gonna break it now. I put it over here and it's just like, no, can't do that. Not allowed. It's forbidden. That was in relation to the shape tweening. Oh, you should have seen some of the breakages I was getting with the arms. I basically had to redraw the arms frame by frame because they just weren't working. Like, shape tweens were just far too extreme for it. Like, for example, you have a look at the keyframes down here, and then you can see that. All these are the arms and the hands. A lot. I basically had to do those arms frame by frame. Oh, there's a smear here as well. So you see how his hands sort of go into this weird shape. You don't really see it. It's another one of those things you feel rather than see. Like when it plays. It's a bit hard to tell in Flash itself, but when you actually render it out at full frame rate, it makes, you know, it makes sense. Your brain sort of fills in the blanks of that just being a weird shape. That makes sense. Alright, let's render that out and let's have a look at it. But I think this is kind of done. Honestly, I don't know if I really need to mess around with it anymore, other than like maybe doing some redrawing of the eyebrows so they're a bit thicker. That's kind of all I'm really thinking right now. I don't think I'll bore you guys with that on the stream, because that would just be a bit on the tedious side. Broke your Namco streak today with Duck Hunt. Oh yeah, so I did. Duck Hunt. Very careful how he says that in Smash Brothers. Duck Hunt. Long space in between the words, just to make sure. Oh, I let that tea get cold. Oh well. Yeah, so I think this is pretty much done. Like, I can't think of anything else. Like, really, at this point, I don't think I should come up with anything else. I love the Sega knockoff of Duck Hunt. Yeah. Oh, on the Master System, there was like a sort of... Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It's like, what, 4 and a bit days work? You know, if it wasn't for streaming this, one, I probably wouldn't have got it done as quickly. Or I might have got it done quicker, I don't know. But two, I wouldn't have come up... Like, for example, I wouldn't have thought to put Pac-Man and a Pac-Man ghost rotating around him. It makes sense for me because he's my mascot and I really like Pac-Man, so it works out. It checks out. So basically what I'm going to need to do once this is 100% done is just make a little PNG sequence of it and send it to the guy that's doing the reanimated. Basically. Yeah, let me just find the onto psychiatrist folder. I'll see if I can show you some of the stuff. I mean, you might have seen the making of video on my channel, but oh, I've probably got all the bitmaps here somewhere. Let me have a look. Oh yeah. I could probably open these in Yeah, I'll open these in Fire Packer so you can see them. But yeah, these were all drawn in Fire Packer. I'm about to show you, and it took an insane amount of time. Like, ridiculous amount of time. Almost a month on and off. Let me close that, because I think I'm content with that now. That can stay as is. But yeah, I'll just open these files in here. See what I mean. All 27 of them are about to open, probably out of order. And this is before I put all filters and stuff on them as well. This was so much work, it's ridiculous. Because I was trying to make sure... Yeah, I'd like to have that as an alert actually, yeah. And I kind of want to have the Pac-Mans separate for some streams as well. Do you know if emojis can be animated, like little GIFs, or do they have to just be static pictures? Well, it loaded them all out of order, but yeah, I can show you the layers. They've got eyes, face, teeth, mouth, and other bits like stuff up there. Inside of her mouth and her hair, obviously the head, arms, a ponytail. Ooh. I've probably got the sketches underneath as well. I think I've still got the sketches. Yeah, so that's basically the way I went about this. I'll close Fire Packer for the minute. I'll somehow close all these files. I'll probably have to actually close the program. Yeah, let's just close the program. Go back to Flash. Again, if it will let me. I really wish OBS would just show me all the programs that are open and not just choose and decide what we want to do. Yeah. Show you the original sketch. Animatic? Rough animation, that's what I want. I'll open that up. We'll sort of see how I had to plan this thing. I'll take the sound layer off. But yeah. I don't think so. No, I didn't think there was, because I don't think I've seen animated ones. So yeah, this was the rough animation. This alone took a while, because I tried to animate everything on individual layers just to make sure everything's consistent. So this is like, this was all drawn in Flash, just to give you an idea of how rough the lines in Flash are. That's how good the brush is in Flash. Not good, it's absolute garbage. But it's fine for roughing out animation. Like, it's fine for just doing this and just go through, and if I actually go into the layers, you'll be able to see how many layers there are. Basically, each colour that I've drawn here is a layer. Yeah, look at all that. Ooh. So it's like, it's not even just one keyframe per thing. It is literally one drawing per layer. So per arm, per body. Just to make sure everything's consistent, because otherwise, like for example, if I just put the arms on, you want to make sure they're not too... Well, obviously this is the rough, so you can't really go by this, but... Yeah, pretty much. Well, not exactly. It's on 2s, so it's 12 drawings per second. So this is 24 frames per second, but the drawings are every 2 frames, so it's basically 12 frames per second. So this ended up being, what is it? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So this ended up being about, how many frames was it in the end? It's 27 drawings in total. But yeah, it came out as 27 drawings. So yeah, like for example, if I put the body on, see just what in the body, and again, there's a lot of like breaking of the limbs and all kinds of weird stuff in this. And I know you saw that making of video, and it had like a little live action reference that I did of myself. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have thought of this arm movement that I end up with, because my very first sketch of this was pretty awful. See if I can find that real quick. Oh, not that far. That way. Wait. I think I've still got the animatic here. So before I even did that, like, rough animation, I had this animatic, which is just like a really rough idea. It's just got a few different things. As you can see, there wasn't really any arm movement at that point. She was not really doing much. So, yeah, it was quite basic. But yeah, when I did that live action reference, that's where I got the idea for like the arm coming round stuff. It was like, I don't know, it was like, at first she was literally just going to do that. She was just going to go, a bird? But then when I live actioned it, I actually did it in slow motion as well with my phone camera, and I just made it so it comes round up like that, and I was quite pleased with it, honestly. I was, once I actually got it down. If I go back to the final animation. So the final animation in Flash is literally just all the transparent PNGs of all the bitmaps, just so I can see them next to each other. You'll probably hear the audio a bit there. Make sure that doesn't get copyright ID, so I'm just going to delete that layer for a second. But yeah, it was a lot of work. Like, just making sure everything was consistent. The bit I had the most trouble with was actually this bit here, the mouth. I'm still not 100% happy with it. This, by the way, is my favourite frame. You probably noticed that was the thumbnail for the... Oh, hi there, Silly King. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'm just going through an animation I worked on a while ago that is basically going to be released soon, because I know they're kind of... I think they're still scouting a couple artists just to wrap the project up, because basically Frontier Psychiatrist has a lot of cuts in it. It has a lot of scenes when you actually start taking each cut from that film, because it's a music video. Music videos have that rule of 3 seconds, don't they? They have to cut. You know, you don't want to leave things lingering for more than 3 seconds, otherwise it gets boring and it doesn't really go with the rhythm of the song. So yeah, this is this was some work, man. This was a lot of work. But yeah, the bit I had the most trouble with was getting her mouth here to be consistent, and well, I think it was actually more like the eyes, because the eyes were wobbling all over the place, like her pupils and the shape of the eyes. It was complicated, because I think I probably went about some of it the wrong way. I basically just drew in Fire Alpaca over the top of those rough drawings, like these ones here, without really taking into account the frames before them, like, you know, the frames that I'd already drawn. So I kind of screwed up a little bit there when I started, and then I started putting the drawings underneath each other so I could see them a bit better. And, I know there are better ways to do these things, but there are ways people use. They've got, you know, you can do onion skinning in Photoshop and stuff like that, but I just prefer the drawing tools in Fire Alpaca. So yeah, I'm not really sure where to go with this stream now. I guess what I could do is I could show you a couple other little things I've worked on this year. Oh, that's lemons. I could show you a couple other things I've been doing. So these will be my show reels, so I guess I am allowed to show you these, I guess. Or at least I should be. So trying to think if I should actually, because these are technically... I've done a bunch of things for like the Essex County Council, and they're pretty much just made for people that work there. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I should show these in detail. Trying to think. I don't think they said anything about not showing them off, but I've had to do it. Probably the main reason I probably shouldn't show these is because they basically have real people in them, just photography based. I don't know. I think it's fine. The only problem is these files. I don't even know how I'm going to show you these because they're all over the place. That project was an absolute pain because there was so much layering and not so much legally, just like it's not like a public video. I could put like clips of it in my next show reel, but that's about it really. Let's see if there's anything else I could dredge up. Ha! Yeah. If I just start going through some of my old files to see what I've got. Oh, I know what I could show you. The embarrassing bodies stuff, because that is a mix of fire packer drawing and tweening. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's go with that. Because I don't think I'm going to have time now to start a new bit of animation, so I guess I'll just show you some stuff. I'll do that instead. I think that's a good way of doing things. So this channel doesn't exist anymore. BBC Knowledge for the oh, this was an animatic apparently. I think it's fine if the audio's on this. I think it's temp audio anyway.
Do you have an embarrassing medical...
Where are the drawings? Oh, they're not here. Oh, okay, this file isn't complete. Let me find something. Just trying to look through these files and remember what ones have even got stuff in them. Sort of just show you. That's the final film. Let's just put that in there, I guess. Have a look. Just pop that open. That's a pretty big file, that one. Let's see if it all loads up. what a thing to pop up on. I mean, it is embarrassing bodies. Yeah, this was probably one of the most fun projects I've ever worked on, but also one of the hardest. The tight deadline and just how much work it was absolutely insane. But this was the one that I did back in 2018. This is the one that I had to work on while I was on holiday. When I went to Amsterdam.
Do you have an embarrassing medical issue?
Oh, it's not even playing in here properly. But...
Show the doctors on TV.
Oh god, yeah, it's not even running correctly.
We've got a weekend full of private
It
problems.
might be easier for me to just load the videos up. This is not playing.
Nothing to worry.
Wow, this is not playing. Flash cannot handle all of this in real time. Maybe if I get these separate scenes, that'd be easier. Because I had to do bumpers as well, which was just like simpler versions of these things. Let's see if that's alright. Is that just that bit? This is just, it looks ridiculous, but you've got to remember, Embarrassing Bodies is a show about embarrassing bodies, so, you know, there's, oh, there she is again. Trying to figure out how I could show this stuff, because it is, I'd like to show it. Might have to just go deep into the files. It's a complicated project, that's all I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff. If I double click on that, it should let me into that scene. Oh, I'm probably gonna have to show it quite. Let me see. That gives you an idea how many textures there are. Like all those squares are the different layers. I could go into one of the characters, that might That might make things easier. Yeah. Should be able to play this. Yeah, there we go. I love this dog. I love how this dog came out. This is the best. This is the best dog I have ever drawn. Honestly, like I literally used one reference photo to get this Basset Hound, and I don't know if that's actually going on the street. Yeah, it is cool. Yeah. So yeah, this is all bitmap based. This dog. There's no like tweening or anything like that. He's literally frame by frame. Well, obviously the body's just one drawing. It's mainly just his head that moves, but I love him. I love him. That frame right there, that's the frame I like. I was so happy with that. Yeah, I think that was the first thing I animated for this actually, was the dog. Let's click on some other things. Let's just, you know what, I'm just going to use this stream to just mess about. Even the mouse does a couple of things, but yeah, now you can see behind the sofa, but yeah, this guy, he's got eczema, he's got dandruff, he's got bad smelling feet, he's just a nasty man. He's got acne all over the place. This is pretty much what they wanted. Yeah. So it's just, his arm just cuts off at the end there because it was for a different scene, I think. But yeah, he drops the remote. I think the remote was based on one Stacey's TV, for Stacey's TV, I think. I can't remember, but yeah, there's a lot of... Obviously, I didn't have to draw anything that the sofa was obscuring, but yeah. That hair scratching was quite fun to do as well. That's most of that scene. I remember if there was a little Easter egg here somewhere. I threw some Easter eggs into this animation. I'm trying to remember where they were. Well, I'll move on. So this is the 3 Doctors from the program. Basically, this was for the New Zealand channel, and it was basically like a weekend of repeats of that show, basically. Oh yeah, it's not playing them properly. I'll play them within the thing so you can actually see them. Yeah! This was the last shot I did. I think this was the very last bit I did. I was so happy with how this whole project came out. I think it's the proudest I've been of something I've animated for a long time. It's just a shame that the channel doesn't exist anymore and they're not using it still. You know, it was only for one weekend. They basically aired it in between each episode. So I'm still happy with that. It's my first work on TV, even if it was on a New Zealand channel. So I didn't get to see it on TV, but you know. Oh, okay, yeah, cheers. Thanks for dropping in though, and yeah. I'm pretty much going to wrap this up in a little while anyway, because I'm just kind of killing time at this point.
Join us for an Embarrassing Bodies big weekend.
Green screen stuff. Don't worry. I'm over here, guys. I just want to go this off a bit more. This is in my show reel, so I was quite happy with some of the elements of this. Again, I can show you how many how many layers it is. You know, there's a hand, the needle. The needle itself has like different stuff as well. The different arm bits. Again, this is sort of lineless for the most part, but then I just put lines to suggest stuff. Yeah. So obviously there's a lot of stuff for this. Yeah. This is... I didn't do a lot of animation last year, and in 2018 this was pretty much the main thing I did, because this was like... After this I was absolutely exhausted. This was such an exhausting project, but it was so fun at the same time. Again, there's like quite a lot of layers there. Quite a lot. All these squares are different textures that have had to be lined up and tweened and you know what, you know. But it's all bitmap based, you know. I didn't draw any of this in Illustrator. This was all Fire Packer. Yeah, the dog was the first thing I animated, I think. This is quite fun as well. This bit's quite fun. Oh yeah, I have to... It's kind of lagging a little bit here. It's fun to do. That glove was particularly quite fun to do. I'll see if I've still got the animatics and stuff somewhere. I think I have. But yeah. How many people are watching now? Oh, we've still got 5 viewers. That's cool. As long as people are actually watching, I don't mind. I'm just reminiscing. This guy is mostly tweens. There's not a lot of individual drawings to him. It is literally just one drawing for each thing of him putting his pants down. Like, this was actually kind of complicated to do as well. Just the layering of it was quite complicated. I'm curious now. Does he have a butt? Oh, he kind of does. There we go. You can see he's full ass now. I'm gonna get demonetized or whatever now. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll move on before Twitch takes me down for being too lewd. Speaking of which, I think this was the second character I drew animated for this. You can, well, I suppose you can't kind of tell, but yeah. Flicks. Again, how many votes is she? Not as many. She's actually one of the simpler characters. This guy. That's he. There he is. And then that's all tweening, but then from here it all goes into frame by frame stuff. So you've got frame, then you've got this one. Love this one. I always liked how that came out. Like the belly ripple right here. His belly button doesn't make a lot of sense, but you know, stylized, whatever. And then I think this is just 2 drawings repeating. Yeah, this is just 2 drawings. It looks like a lot, but it is literally just 2 drawings. That was actually kind of simple. It was mainly getting this stretching to lay out properly. That was a bit complicated. Oh yeah. This is legs spreading. Even the legs are quite hairy because getting this magnifying glass thing to work as well was a little bit complicated. Not too complicated, but yeah, it took some learning. Quite happy with the lip sync on this as well. And like nothing to worry about or something. Yeah. Nothing to worry. I don't do a lot of lip sync. Like I haven't done much animation that involves it. Like most of the short films I did back in the day didn't have lip sync because they didn't have any character voices. Oh, nice. Sounds good to me. Let me know if you stream that soon. I'll jump in. Alright, let's see if I can have a look at the mag glass. Ah, here we are. Yeah, so it's basically a mask. The eye is up here. It travels in. So it's like a separate copy of an eye. I think it is actually a completely different eye to this one. Technically, it's like a bigger drawing, I suppose. But yeah, it is literally like a mask. Yeah. Get that like that. So that's that scene pretty much. Other than them legs just opening up. And then I think after that it's just like the bit with the green screen and the dog. And a mouse blinks as well, but yeah, otherwise that's pretty much that. Let's see if I can find the storyboards. I don't know where those have gone. I definitely have them. Oh, those are reference photos. I have a collection of reference photos from the show and other things. Where are the storyboards? I don't know what I've done with those. I have got these little making of videos, but what did I do with them? It's really strange. I don't know where they've all got to. I thought they were in here, but they don't seem to be. Let's just have a look. Oh, okay. Let's see if they're in here somewhere. No, I'm really confused. All the stuff is just not here. Oh, that's really strange. I'm not sure what's happened to my storyboard files. They're probably here somewhere, I just don't know where. Why not keep them in any way? Oh, I have got these video files. I guess I could load that up. Ah, yeah. There we go. If I just attach this to the... What is with this Christmas music? Right, let me see. Add file. Go to where I was just now. Making of... There we go. Oh, there we go. It's just popped up. So you can sort of see the process, I guess. This scene went through so many revisions because they were like, oh, make it gross. No, not too gross. Oh, a little bit more gross. I'll go back with the gross. Tone down the gross. Bring it back again. Like the dog they were happy with the very first time, but this guy sitting on the sofa took so many revisions. I could have sworn there was an Easter egg in this somewhere. Where did I put it? That scene went through a few revisions until it got to that. That angle would have been too difficult. I went with a side view because it was easier. This scene was almost the same like the whole time. So you can see there's like little like early builds of each one. So I sketched them out in Packer as well, and then did the final colours and lines and whatnot. Yeah, that's that. What other files was I pop in there? That's pretty much it for that. Oh, I've got the stuff I did for things I have to save here as well. Oh yeah, I guess I could plop those on the stream, so why not? I think this is all lemons, that's why. Yeah, you might remember this stuff as well. From the things I have to say video, film. These was incredibly simple. There's not much to this. Let's see if we can actually find the assets. I'll have to unlock everything. Yeah, there we go. That's not too complicated. Again, that's all bitmap based. It's up there. Yeah, it's all bitmap based. You can see how it all... You can sort of see what it is even when it's just squares. You can see where all the bits are. Which I think quite cool. Yeah. That was quite a simple scene. You'd be surprised how complicated the map scenes were in that, actually. Find those. That's in there? I think so. Yeah, you'd be surprised how complicated these got. Just for the the motion was quite tricky. But yeah. For some reason this this train movement, the way it's kind of janky, was it's almost kind of a reference to an old train set game I used to play on the Amiga. Like the way you could just make your own track and the train would just sort of jank along it. That wasn't initially the idea, but it just came out that way, and I was like, oh yeah, it's like that. It's like that thing. Oh, that's just one of them. Yeah. One's a bit more... kind of along. Getting it to draw the line as well. You know, it's all like a masking trick, basically. Again, it's another masking trick to make that all work. Go in there and not get to see it. Yeah, so there's the... I had to tween... yeah, this is what made this complicated now, I remember. Basically, I had the line underneath, and then I had to draw a tweened... This yellow shape is the mask, basically. And I just had to warp that along. It's quite... It looks quite janky, but it does the job, you know? It draws along just behind the bus. And yeah, I had to do that for every single scene, and it was complicated. Very complicated. Like, if I go back to that train one, double click on that. Also, this map, this England map, this map of England, I found a vector file of an English map, basically. But then I think it was like a really high-res map, and then I just sort of roughly drew over the area that I needed, again in Fire Alpaca. So I did actually draw all this, but it was just kind of traced over the top, and even like some of the land stuff, and then I just copy pasted a bunch of hills and trees everywhere. Yeah, it was a nice little film. It's awesome. It's still on YouTube, so let's see if I can spot that mask just so you can see. Oh yeah, this one's really jank. Just wait till you see how this one works. This one's really bizarre. It's just like, it's like a big weird snake Pac-Man thing just eating the path. It's very strange, but that's what I had to do to make that work. It was more complicated than I expected, I think. I'm going to a couple more here. That one's quite simple. Yeah, they're all pretty much the same thing. They're just like go in, kind of strange. Yeah, the strange mask. Just morphing around obviously or whatever. Yeah, I think we'll probably. How long have I been streaming now? I've been streaming an hour and a half. I think that's fine, honestly. Like, this was kind of a just wrapping it up stream, to be honest. Like, just thought I'd show some of that stuff off. At some point, what I'd like to do, I'm considering doing it now, but there's not that many people watching, I don't know. I would actually like to go through my history of animation. Like, I'll actually go through the flash files of everything that I've ever, well, not everything, but like how far I've gotten, I suppose. Like a little history of what I've done. And I'll find the original flash files. I think they're on my hard drive. Yeah, they're on that hard drive down there. I will probably, yeah, I'll probably have a crack at that. Like, just do a little video where I do what I've just been doing, showing you some old animations. But I'll go all the way back to like, how long have I been animating in Flash now? 2003? 2002, I think. Or 3. My first Flash animation on Newgrounds was definitely like 2004, 3, something like that. But yeah, I'll do that sometime, and I'll show you the first things I ever made in Flash. Maybe even some of the animations I did before that when I was a kid, like when I was trying to animate. I still wish I had some of my old stuff, because I literally had like attempts at animation on like videos from when I was a kid that unfortunately got thrown away, or I threw them away, I think, which I really wish I didn't. Yeah, right, so I think that's good for today. I will be back with Cherry Tea later for the Pokemans of the Swords of the Crown Tundra. And then as for other streams, I haven't really decided yet. I definitely want to do a Sega Saturn Halloween special nearer the time, which I guess is getting quite near the time now, isn't it? Yeah. I might play the Mega Drive version of Atomic Robot Kid soon, just for comparison. Yeah, and I'll start having a think about some other streams I want to do. Maybe another Amiga Gaga, which I'll also put on Lucky Hit. Other stuff. But yeah, I think I will leave it at that for now. Cheers for dropping in for this kind of almost redundant stream, really, because that animation was pretty much done. I just drew some bits to make it a bit nicer, I guess, and just kind of wrapped it up. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that for now, and I will see you later tonight on Cherry Terrier TV if you want to go follow her account, and also it will be on Lucky Hit on YouTube as well, because again, it's a series that we started there, so it makes sense to keep it there until we're, you know, at a point where we're not allowed to on the same day, as in not restreaming. But yeah, cheers for popping in. I'll see you guys later tonight.